Let's go over what I picked up this Black Friday, as there were still plenty of good deals to be had. I went into this season thinking and was a little skeptical that the prices won't be good or the discounts weren't going to be that great, just because at least here in the US, the whole entire ordeal earlier this year with tariffs being implemented. So that could have an effect on the prices, because usually when that happens, it gets passed on to the customers, right? However, with the economic state as a whole that we are in, people have scaled back, not just in luxury, but every other category as well in terms of their spending for the past like 6 to 8 months. And now with the year wrapping up, companies want to finish strong, especially Q4 of every year. That is their high time, and try to rake in as many sales as they possibly can. So that's why I think either the discounts were the same, if not even better. So let's just get right into it and not waste any more times, because I've got some shoes, I've got a handbag that we're gonna wrap up with, lots of skincare, lots of makeup. Let's get right into it. Let's start with a pair of shoes. You guys know I love Ania Bing. Again, affected, influenced by Beauty Luxe Lover, and I just went down a rabbit hole. Anything that they make clothing-wise is completely my jam. So when I saw this pair of shoes go on sale, which I think they're still on sale, everything I'm talking about will be linked in the description down below, as well as the pinned comments. Indicators that will help you find these items if they're still available, if they're on sale, and of course, if you are interested. As much as I love their clothing, every single pair of shoes I got from Ania Bing hasn't really worked out. They're either too big, too small, or they made weird noises that I've since then let them all go. Hopefully this pair will actually work out, but I thought this was such a unique design. And these are called the E flats. Totally not my aesthetic originally. When I saw these, I was like, they kind of look like sandals, but then they're also mules. But I thought these were fantastic because they are very unique, and I'm just smelling the leather. It smells amazing. You can see the little logo right there, very inconspicuous as anything with Ania Bing, except for their sweatshirts where they just plaster their name, but that's more of a graphic kind of sweatshirt, whereas these are just very, in my opinion, it can be very casual, it can be very sophisticated, but I think it looks fantastic with a pair of jeans, which I'll do some mod shots because I did get some clothing that I put a full outfit together that I feel very, trendy. I don't know if that's the word you want to use, but I've been wearing the same kind of style over and over again. So I figured let's go a little bit out of my comfort zone, but not too crazy out there. And I think these are perfect with kind of wide leg jeans, which I'll show you in a moment here. And by the way, before I go into the next item, if you guys haven't checked out my original video covering the Black Friday deals and seals, I create a whole entire spreadsheet. Yes, it's over now, but if you want access to it, because I will be revisiting it next year. And then of course, just looking at all of the different possible deals, 20% off, 30% off, 50% off, just to get a frame of reference of what the Black Friday sales could be like for next year. So take a look. I'll link it up above for you and in the pinned comments so you can get access to the Go-Go spreadsheet that I put together, spent hours putting together so that you have access to it at any time you want if you need a frame of reference, kind of like a index or perhaps like an encyclopedia, if you will. The next one is called Make Cosmetics, Make Makeup. It's honestly, I don't like their name. However, I love their products. This was a very heavily sponsored or gifted brand back in the day. And of course, I discovered it through James Welsh, which I'm a super big fan of. He's just a no bullshit kind of guy. I like him a lot. But he did introduce this brand, and I tried their lipstick, or I guess you call it the Serum Balm Intense in the Sun Flare. I love this one so much. I was like, I forget, I lost it already, but it's somewhere in one of my purses. But one of these, I had one that I bought a while back, and I was down to like nothing, and I was just trying to scrape it all out. But this is a doe foot with, it's kind of like a serum balm, but it just feels so nice, and I freaking love the color. You know, my signature color is coral, some sort of coral red, even though I'm sporting like a nudie color, plum nude, which is very out of the ordinary. I'm testing it out, but this is just fantastic. It feels so nice, very moisturizing, and then after it dries up, it leaves like a nice tint on your lips. So highly recommend. I'm just basically stocked up because they were doing a 20 or 25% discount. So I got 4 of them. So this goes to show how much I love this, and I think you should try it as well. And the last 2 items from Make is a peptide serum. Never tried this before, so I'll let you know how it is. And then with a free gift, they did give a gel tint, which I think is for your cheeks. So we'll give that a try and see how it goes. But this lip serum thing, it is a tried and true, highly recommend. The next brand is Naturium, and you're probably wondering why I'm showing so much skincare and so much body care and makeup right now. This is the time of the year where I like to stock up because I don't like ordering stuff like this where it is temperature sensitive during the summer because it's going to sit in a hot delivery truck over 100 degrees, and it's going to affect the efficacy of these products or spoil them. You know, if you have an Asian mom, you probably know this, where they stick everything, especially when it's hot and humid in Asia. They like to stick all of their expensive skincare in the fridge. There is a particular reason, and some of them actually say, you know, keep it at room temperature or keep it under a specific temperature. So again, during the colder months is when I like to stock up. Hence, you're seeing so much. So Naturium is another brand I really like. At 25% off, their body wash is fantastic. Even if you don't get them on sale, that you can get them at Target. They're just really nice, cost-effective body washes, especially the Glow Getter, which is the multi-oil that lathers up into bubbles. Really enjoy this. I've gone through so many bottles of this. The other one I also picked up because I finished like 5 different tubes of these already is the Photo Glow Lip Balm. I'm so picky about my lip balm because usually they just disintegrate on my lips and then it gets absorbed super quickly, especially at night. I get super dry. I'm just like that person. It's like, E.T., like, help me, I'm so dry. I have a humidifier blowing at my face. And then, of course, that lip balm, I would wake up and still have it on my lips. Like the Laneige lip mask that everybody is like super obsessed with. Do not like that. That disappears from my lips so fast. So I had to stock up. There's actually a couple more. I'm not gonna bust it all out, but I did stock up. And these were on sale for like $5. So I basically hit as many as I could add to cart, and stock up on these because I go through these. Again, this is just one of them. I have these scattered throughout the house, just empty. The other one I also finished up recently is the multi-peptide serum. I got the smaller version to try, but because it was on sale and I know I like this quite a bit, especially during the winter, I got the jumbo size. So highly recommend this one as well. Moving on to Prequel. You know I preach about Prequel. All of these brands I've preached about quite a bit. So this is just doubling down, showing you what I picked up again and again and some new products that she launched. This is a brand, another influencer / dermatologist brand. If you don't know her, go check out Prequel. And then of course, I think her name is Dr. Sam Ellis. I watch her all the time. I have no idea what her name is. I picked up 2 more bottles to stock up for the year. I just finished my vitamin C serum. I do get a little sensitive, especially on my neck when it comes to vitamin C. My skin apparently wants to be picky about that. I do have irritation and reaction to certain vitamin C's. This is the brand that I do not get a reaction, and I do see how effective it is. So I picked up 2 more. I also picked up another bottle. This is probably my 3rd bottle of the hypochlorous acid, which is a spray that any bacterial, again, look it up. There's plenty of videos on it. I'm not a skinfluencer. I want to be, but I'm not. So go check it out, all the benefits for it. Bottle number 3 for a particular reason. I got this as a free gift. So the quench hydration serum, glycerin. This is actually pretty fantastic. So because I purchased over a certain amount, they gave this to me for free. Another one I picked up, I haven't tried it, but I heard fantastic reviews, is the half and half peptide and ceramide fluid moisturizer. So you can either use this as a toner, very thick toner, especially during the winter, or you can use this as a light moisturizer depending on your skin type. The other bottle I also picked up is the multi-acid milk peel AHA exfoliating solution. So I've been peeling quite a bit, but this is such a big bottle that you can either use on your face to get some chemical exfoliation, or if you want to use on your body, like your elbows, your heels, or whatever, this is going to be super effective. I'm really excited to give it a try. Instead of using like a physical scrub that could be incredibly abrasive, you might want to try a more gentler way, which is chemical exfoliation. The last item I have not tried and wanted to give it a whirl is her hand lotion, which again, I wash my hands 80 times a day just because I'm cooking, just because I am dealing with the dogs. If I touch my face, it decides to blow up. So I have to make sure my hands are not completely cracked and dry. And apparently everything has been a winner when it comes to her brand. So I'm willing to give all of her products a try to see if I like it. I also recently started using, not recently, actually I've been using it for a couple months, which is the glycerin face wash. Fantastic. I love it. Just definitely give her products a try as well. All right, let's take a break from all of the skincare and makeup and let's do a handbag. JW Pay, you know, I kind of poo-pooed this brand back in the day saying, oh, I mean, actually I didn't poo-poo it. I want to say I really like all of their designs, not all of them because there's a lot of dupes, but there's some really cool innovative designs, except they're all vegan leather, which is plastic leather, which you know I do not like. However, they have come out with some really cute novelty bags that it pains me to spend this kind of money on this particular bag, but in my defense, this is going to be a gift for my friend. Pretty sure she doesn't watch my channel. And if she does, well, you just ruined it for yourself. Yes, this is a bag. It looks like a toy. It looks like a tchotchke that you might put on your table. I think JW Pay is kind of doing a dupe, or I guess inspired by what JW Anderson or Loewe, is it JW Anderson? I think it's JW Answer with the pigeon bags, like super ugly pigeons and just weird characters, and they turn it into a bag. Again, this is very novel, very a novelty bag, so to speak, but my friend is obsessed with dachshunds, and I think this is actually pretty adorable. I did talk about, and I should have bought it, a corgi bag from JW Pay, where they had it a long time ago. Hopefully they come back with it because I would be like, here, take my money. But look at how adorable. This is like a hot dog dachshund bag. So how, again, look at the face. What I will give them credit is that JW Pay actually know how to make their, you know, characters or pet that they're trying to emphasize, like a Siamese cat, look actually really cute, because there's some really ratchet looking ones. Like I talked about the Moschino corgi bag. I was like, oh, what is that atrocity? Can you at least make it cute and not scary looking? This one is actually pretty adorable. So you can see how it opens is on the side. What can you fit in here? Probably Tic Tacs. Again, this is a conversation starter. I don't know. I just thought it was fun and she would probably appreciate it. And she's not as crazy as I am or as adventurous as I am, but at least if she wants to wear a bigger bag and she's out and about and she just wants this as a joke, I don't know, but hopefully she'll appreciate this. But you can put a couple lipsticks in there, or perhaps you could hide your valuables in there, you know, like one of those bookshelf dictionary books where you hide your valuables. That could be a really good idea. You could put your weed in there. Couple other items I want to rapid fire. Ultraviolet was another viral brand, and this I didn't get during Black Friday. I figured to throw it in there, but they were doing a buy one get one free on their website, so I figured I'd give it a try. And the hype is actually pretty real. I think the consistency of this sunscreen is fantastic, and of course here is a spray version, so if you're out and about and you don't want to ruin your makeup, you can definitely use this spray. This I got from Ulta. They were doing a sale for lip liners, and this was also recommended by the same doctor, Sam Ellis, where she said that these lip liners are fantastic. This is not the first time I'm actually wearing it. I have ones from before, and it actually stays on incredibly well. I've tried NYX, I've tried Maybelline, I tried the expensive brands for lip liners, and they all just disappear, and that's not what lip liners are supposed to do. You don't even need to set this, and yeah, I could put gloss over this, but this one stays on incredibly well. If you look at the reviews, they even say the same thing. Yes, what they advertise is true. Like, you have to use makeup remover really to get it off completely. So highly recommend. I wish they come out with more vibrant colors. Majority of their colors currently are much more muted, very demure. You know, I love my bright coral reds. A couple of clothing items I want to highlight because the deals were actually pretty good. I get so many questions about my sweaters, the white one, the tall neck one, the funnel neck one. Most of them are from Quince. However, I do have a number of them from Everlane as well, which a lot of people do say Quince dupes Everlane quite a bit. And I usually get sweaters off season, but they had a couple really cute ones that I picked up, including the one I am wearing, where it's a little bit more cropped. And then I do like the texture on the sleeves where it's still wide, but then you've got the lines coming through. And I just feel like it is a little bit different from your typical sweaters. Whereas you can find a little bit more design with Everlane. In terms of quints, it's just super basic. The designs are just like, yeah, it's basic. Like you can wear them over and over again and you won't get sick of it. I also picked up another one from Everlane where I think it's also the zip up. However, the biggest difference with this, you can see the zip up here. And because the neck, obviously, you can see it's much higher, it actually flares out on your neck. And I feel like it is a different kind of design and it feels a little bit more sophisticated than your typical zip up just all the way up to your neck. This one just gives you a little bit of flare. I also picked up 3 different pairs of jeans from Levi's. They were doing a sale. These all came out to be about $40, I want to say. And I'm kind of sick and tired of trying new jeans, you know, from different brands, Banana, Gap, Abercrombie, and all of these other brands. Yes, there could be some hits, but majority of them are misses. And I just like, it might feel nice, but then once I wear a couple times, they no longer feel nice. So I'm just like, let's go to a tried and true where everybody talks about Levi's and they are such an old company, an established company for a particular reason. And that's what they're known for, right? So I picked up these straight leg jeans because apparently I'm so old fashioned and all I wear is skinny jeans. No. I actually still bought another pair of skinny jeans. These are the 711 skinny and they're a mid-rise and they fit me really nicely. So I wanted to pick up another pair of skinny jeans. As you know, I do wear through my jeans with my thunder thighs and making holes in them from their friction. So I need backups of jeans I really like. So a pair of skinny jeans, a pair of wide leg jeans, which actually went, well, you know, these are the straight legs, which went really well with the sweater. And then I'm gonna try out, my boyfriend hates these. These like, those look dirty. You're gonna start sweeping the floor with these. We'll see what happens, but these are wide leg and these are all mid-rise that fit me very well for my body type. Whew, I feel like I've been talking at you forever. So if you are new to my channel, usually I'm not as chaotic, but we have a lot of items to cover in multiple categories. So I just want to hit it quick. And of course, I'm feeling my massive mountain of hormonal zit happening right now. Don't mind that. Stick with me, hit that subscribe button. I will show you the ways of getting deals and steals. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't done so already. That's where I usually post the best deals, a very curated amount. I'm not going to blast you with a bunch of deals, but that's the easiest way for me to communicate information to you really fast. As when people see good deals, when I see good deals, other people see good deals, they're going to jump on it super fast. So you don't want to miss out. And of course, I do have a lot of great roundup videos that you might be interested in coming up before we wrap up the end of the year. And we've got some really good unboxings lined up. Might have to bleed into 2026 just because there's so much to cover and not enough time. Anyways, let's wrap things up with this particular bag, which is from Savette. I did post this on my Instagram stories, so hopefully maybe one of you or a couple of you were able to snag up something good from this brand. Let's just, again, enough yapping. Yes, you are repeating yourself by buying this bag. Sort of. But I was able to pick up the clutch from Savette in gold hardware and navy leather, grain leather. I am so happy Savette has come out with gold hardware because historically they have only done silver hardware. This, I think, was at 40% off. So I was just like, perfect, let's go ahead and pick this up. However, I did have to pay duties because this one came from Italy, which is really funny because this is an American brand. However, it came from Italy. I'm just smelling the leather. The leather smells amazing. So yes, I do have another one. Let me just grab it. This is my original one, which is the Slim Symmetry Pochette. And then this one, I think they call it the clutch. I'll make sure to link everything down below so that you can check it out. Yeah, very obvious. This one is much longer. And then this one is probably, I want to say 3/4 of the size of this one. And obviously the construction of it is the same. I want to say this one has been crafted incredibly well. The glazing looks the best. And for those of you who have been with me for a while, you know I've gone through several bags from Savette, and I've always just like, I love the design, I love the leather, but the craftsmanship is just questionable because the glazing is like my first bag. I'll link those videos for you down below and above, but the glazing is questionable. It's like very sloppily done, but every bag that I've gotten from Savette over the years, I just keep going back to it. It's like an addiction. Everything on this channel is an addiction. Anyways, their craftsmanship has gotten better over the years. Like every single bag I've gotten from them has gotten better and better and better. So I'm really happy to see that maybe they're listening to me. I don't know. Maybe they're listening to me and complaining about the quality control, like how this could be better, how that could be better. The interior is just one open compartment, very similar to your typical pochette, and one slip pocket, and that's pretty much it. Do I wish that this comes with the crossbody? Yes, but also no, because I did have a dupe from W Concept where it did come with a crossbody. It didn't look right. I want to say it was nice, but it also didn't feel right. Maybe like an attachment for a chain would be nice, but even though I'm not a big fan of just straight up chain, however, I feel like this doesn't go very well with a crossbody for some reason. So this is strictly a clutch bag, and I think this is just a beautiful bag where you don't wear on a daily basis, but the navy with the gold is just chef's kiss. Perfect combination in my opinion. So I might think about letting go of this bag at some point, but you can see this is canvas or linen, whatever you want to call it. So it's a lot more maintenance, so to speak. You have to be a little bit more careful with this material, whereas leather, obviously it's much more durable. So I just think that this would be a better fit for what I think is functional. And when I go out to dinner or whatever, anything fancy. Do I go anywhere fancy? Not really, but something I can wear whenever a clutch is called for, like a wedding or whatever. So I'm really excited to add this to my collection. I did actually purchase their belt. So this is like the most underwhelming belt ever. I thought it looked really nice on the website. The leather is nice. Like this is a smooth leather. It's got gold hardware. And it is navy. What confused me, I guess maybe this is flipped backwards, but the stitching looked like it should be on the other side, and then this should be smooth. This just doesn't look very seamless. And then this one is smooth. So it's just like, what? Why? And it literally took me forever to undo because it was like cinched up all the way here, and it took me like all of my strength to like pry it open. But once it has been pried open, so to speak, it's a little bit easier to move back and forth. But obviously, this is designed to be very similar to the Kelly belt. However, in my opinion, this just is incredibly underwhelming. And of course, you got the little buckle here. And it's just a pinhole closure where you have to like punch it in. It feels very secure, but I can imagine and see this loosening up over time the more you use it. And that's just not going to fly in my book. It just didn't feel very substantial for me to pay $300-ish for that. So I ended up returning it. That was a lot of me kind of rambling here. So hopefully you enjoyed and saw some eye candy like this one and picked up a couple new items that you think might work for your lifestyle. I highly recommend all of the skincare stuff. And if you're going to purchase, not just these brands, if you're going to purchase makeup and skincare, now is the time to do it because the weather is perfect. You never thought that you could buy stuff and it was weather dependent if it wasn't food. Yeah, skincare should be weather dependent in my opinion. Life is hard. I want to help you save time and money so that you can somehow adult easier and hopefully less than retail. All of this was less than retail. I'll see you all next time.